Singapore consumers could redirect $250 a month to Johor Bahru as the RTS link reshapes cross-border spending habits. To expound more on this, we have Glenn Ray of Blackbox Research. So Glenn, $250 could shift monthly across the border. What does that mean for Singapore retailers?
Yes, well, this was a surprising and interesting finding from a recent study we did of consumers here in Singapore, where we sought to find out their intent and expectations in terms of how they may change their spending habits once the RTS link opens in December or January time. And we found that the average came out at about $250 for the average JB visitor from Singapore. And this will have quite a lot of impact, I think, for businesses on both sides of the causeway. In the short term here in Singapore, I think many businesses, especially smaller ones, will be a little bit concerned as to how they can maintain and sustain their level of business when more exciting or perhaps even cheaper opportunities open up a short trip across the causeway.
But where's the impact? Which business models are most exposed if this becomes routine?
Right. So we did ask consumers which sectors or which type of services and goods that they would move most of their spending over the causeway for. And we found that groceries was number one. Clothing, footwear, and general lifestyle accessories were number two. And casual dining and cafes were number three. So it's a bit of a mix, really. It's going to impact consumers that are looking for everyday cost of living saving measures, but also people who are going over the causeway to buy goods for their general lifestyle and maybe pick up a bargain that they wouldn't be able to achieve on the Singapore side, really.
And so what needs to happen for this to become lasting spending and not a first-year novelty?
Well, we think it definitely won't be a first-year novelty. This is going to be a really huge change for the dynamics of both Singapore and JB. And it could really potentially, in time, many of us could look back on this and see it as a really critical infrastructural and social, even social cultural change for Singaporeans and Malaysians in so far as it pertains to how they buy goods and spend their money. I think a lot of things we can expect to change will take time. It's not going to be the first day the RTS link opens and everything's going to fall into place and everyone's lifestyle changes are going to be already set in stone. It's going to take time to evolve and adapt. I think in the short term, consumers will go over in probably greater numbers simply for the novelty of it. But at the moment, on the other side of the causeway, you get dropped off at a place called Bukit Chagar, which infrastructurally still requires a fair bit of work to build it up from its present state. So I think there'll be some teething issues there. People will get off the train and they'll still need to take grab rides or buses or whatever it may be to get to the mall they want to go to. So it won't be totally frictionless as it's been marketed in some places. So there will be some frictions to overcome. But I think the ultimate success and the ultimate extent of the dynamics and changes will really depend on how much imagination there is on both sides of the causeway. And rather than it being seen as merely a bargain hunting opportunity for people from Singapore going over to JB, it should really be seen in a greater picture. And I think the success will tell by how much value can be created by this proximity and whether kind of twin cities, twin regional hinterland can be created between Singapore and JB that makes experiences stronger on both sides. And for this to happen, we need better businesses, better value propositions in businesses beyond merely the price points alone, more choice, and just a bit of optimistic, imaginative retail, really.
Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts, Glenn. Hope you can join us again soon.
Absolutely. I hope so too. Thank you.
Once again, that was Glenn Ray, Chief Strategy and Marketing Officer at Blackbox Research. For more news, visit sbr.com.sg.